babes, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, then thank you so much for stopping by. And today is another story time video because I just like to share my experiences with you guys. So this is also another horror story that I experienced back when I was still in high school, and there are a few stories that I'm going to tell in this video. So let's get it started. So the first story happened when I was in my 10th grade, which is equivalent to secondary 4 in where I studied. So it was like, it was just a normal day and we were studying, and I think half of the study time, I think it was like around 10 o'clock, then suddenly the principal just barged into the classroom, and he was like saying, you guys may not know these two students that study here, but this morning we received the news that they both passed away. They are siblings, sister and younger brother in our school passed away because of a house fire incident last night. So, and then he mentioned their names, and I'm like, I don't really know who they are, but as soon as I heard the story, I freaked out. I'm like, I got goosebumps out of nowhere. It was just like such a horrible incident, and I got goosebumps all over, and I don't know why. So, I freaked out, and then afterwards I asked my friend who like knows everyone in the school, and I was like asking her, who are these people and what really happened? So basically the house fire got into the news. It was pretty popular, and what happened was the night before, they were sleeping in the same room with their grandma, and both of their parents are on holiday to, I think, Korea or Asia, somewhere Asia. So their grandma were accompanying them and sleeping with them, and they have one more housemate. So I think it was just some electricity mishap, and like what happened was suddenly the fire broke out, and the maid managed to climb up the top floor and jump to the neighbor's house, so she was safe. But all of them actually passed away because of the smoke. You see, they inhaled the smoke, and it was so creepy. The fact that I read the detail was like the sister was hugging the brother when they died. So that really, like, I don't know how, but it got me, and at the same time I got goosebumps. So afterwards, it's nothing, but our school was pretty quiet. We were in mourning. The next morning, the principal was like telling us about the more details and how the school was mourning. So nothing happened, but the night after I heard the story, I started to, out of nowhere, because I usually, when I was still in my high school, I will sleep at 9, I will wake up at 5:30, because I'm a morning person. Yeah, but then like I slept at 9, but then at 12, for the next 3 days, I woke up at 12 a.m. in the morning, like automatically. I was sleeping with my sister back then, so I would just wake up and I'd be like, I'd look at the clock because the clock was just like right in front of us, and I'd be like, it's 12 o'clock, why did I wake up? Like I was really scared. So, but I always managed to sleep back. Maybe after 15 minutes I managed to sleep back, and then at the third night, I kid you not, when I woke up again at 12, it's like automatic body clock out of nowhere, I heard somebody laughing just like beside me, right beside me. I'm having goosebumps. Right beside me, just like laughing. This like a girl's voice laughing, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I got goosebumps, and I try to wake up my sister, but my sister is a heavy sleeper, so she was like asking me like, what? And then I'm like, I'm scared. And then she brushed it off, sister, she brushed it off. So I'm like, I freaked out, and then like, I don't know how, but I heard like two people talking, like a guy and a girl, just like talking, whispering beside me, but I couldn't see anyone, okay? And the light was on, so I don't understand how can it be creepy when the light is on and like my sister was sleeping beside me, but I can hear this thing just like whispering beside me, you see, laughing. I was so scared. I started praying and like, chanting the Buddhist phrases again because it seems to work the last time. So I kept chanting and it was like so scary. It was really scary. So that was one of the experiences. Afterwards, I didn't wake up at 12 anymore. It only happened on 3 consecutive days right after I heard about the story of the 2 siblings who passed away. And afterwards, nothing else happened, you know. It was like slowly I forget about it and nothing else happened. And this happened in my old house. So I'm going to tell you another story that happened in my old house because I'm not scared anymore. This is my new place, you know, nothing's gonna happen. Well, actually something happened in this house, but it's nothing major. So what happened was I often, because I used to have a living-in maid, like there are 2 of them, always 2 of them, and I would often hear them calling my name, like Yuvi, come here, or like they'll be talking to me. But then as soon as, like, let's say when I was in the bathroom, right, I was just like brushing my teeth, right, I was applying my skincare, and then they would be like talking to me outside the bathroom. I thought it was like in my room, and then they'd be like talking to me, and I'm like talking to them, but then when I go out, there was nowhere. Like that happens quite often in my old house. So yeah, at first I thought, you know, maybe it's just hallucination, but it's really funny because it's so obvious. It is their voice, but every time when I talk to them and then when I go out, they're not there. And then I will be like, I will go down and I'll be like, do you come to my room? Like, do you talk to me about this and this? And they'll be like, what are you doing? They'll be like cooking, or they'll be like washing, they'll be like, you know, gardening, and like, that's like, cannot be. So that happens quite often in my old house, but I don't know. I really like my old house. It has a huge garden, and this guy who is he's like a feng shui guy who is who can see this kind of things, and he came to our old house before and told us that there were 2 entities who would sort of like take care of the house, so we shouldn't be scared of them. They were like just living under the stairs. So I was like really creeped out, but like afterwards, every time I need to, because like if you want to go to the toilet in the first floor, you need to go through the under the stairs kind. So like afterwards, I sort of just like try to like not look at it when I pass by to the bathroom. Like other than that, nothing else happened. I mean, it was great. It was such a great house, and there were so many memories, you know. So yeah. And the next story that I want to tell you happens when I was in my 9th grade, I think. So afterwards, my best friends went to Singapore to study. Like the other still stayed in my hometown, and I think I was in my hometown. So I don't know how, but we happened to rent this hotel room, and we ended up staying to like 4 of us. So you were having such a good slumber party kind, you know, in Singapore. And I'm not going to mention the hotel name I don't want to scare you guys, you know, it's not important what's the name of the hotel is. But I'm just going to tell you where is the hotel. It's still on, you can still stay there, and the nearest MRT is Somerset. So that's all the details I'm going to spare you, because I mean, it's nothing major. It's just like, it's an old hotel, so it's bound to have something. So yeah. So what happened was, you know, I like to take pictures. I like to take pictures of my friends. So after we had, you know, little pillow fight and everything else, you know, we were tired, so we sit on the bed. So it was like a 2 single bed, and my friend was sitting here and here, and they were facing me. And you know, that's the door, and this is our TV, and I was sitting here. So I was just like taking pictures, you know, we were just like talking, and then I took a picture of them, and then I see the result. And what I see, as soon as I saw the picture, I deleted it. I mean, after I showed it to my friends, and my friends were like telling me just delete it. So I'm like, okay. So my friends faces, and then over here is like the wall, and the wall you can see like a head, like a face, like 2 eyes, you know, a head, just a head though. It was like this, like, I got goosebumps. Nobody, it's just a head. It's like smiling, and I was like, no, is this a glitch? Maybe it's like, you know, the camera was like maybe too shaky, but it wasn't shaky. I kid you not. Every time I take a picture, I try to not make it shaky because I'm quite good at taking pictures. No, but like, it wasn't shaky. It was just, I was sitting there and I was like clicking pictures, and how could there be like something suddenly out of nowhere, like a figure? So that happens, and then afterwards we went quiet. We didn't really like talk much anymore, and my friend was like suggesting to just sleep because I think everyone was starting to get scared, and she was like, you know, let's just go to bed, because one of our friends had to wake up early in the morning and we have to send her to the airport. So yeah, we slept, and when I was sleeping, I realized that my friend started to, you know, like those sometimes when people sleep and then they were like grinding their teeth and you can hear it, it's really loud, and one of my friends was doing it, and I was like right beside her. I was sleeping right beside her, and she was grinding her teeth, okay? And I freaked out. I'm like, because in our Asian culture, when somebody is grinding their teeth, it means that they're talking to a ghost. So, you know, after the picture, and then like now she's grinding her teeth, like it cannot get any better than that. So yeah, and then I brushed it off because my younger brother used to grind his teeth in his sleep, and then afterwards, like now he doesn't grind his teeth anymore. And like I look at my friend, and my friend was like, they were all sleeping, of course. I'm always the one who woke up by myself, right? So she was just grinding her teeth, and then suddenly out of nowhere, she take her hand, like just like her right hand, and you know what she did? She started to do that, like rubbing her lips really quickly, like it was like rubbing like really fast. I'm like, I freaked out. I'm like, I kept looking at her. I couldn't sleep, okay? Like, you woke me up grinding your teeth, and now this is what you do. She keeps doing that. I'm like, what the hell? Like, oh no, what are you doing? I wanted to wake her up, but I was so scared. Like, I was so scared. I thought she was just like, you know, maybe scratching her teeth, but she was like doing that, and then afterwards she stopped. I think it went on for 5 minutes, and then she stopped, and then I look at her, and her area here, it was red, okay, after like the really rough stroking of like just like brushing her hand all over her mouth. So, and then afterwards, guess what she did next? She started to scratch her tummy, like keep scratching and scratching and scratching like really hard. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I keep trying to woke her up now, and then she just couldn't wake up. She keeps scratching and scratching so roughly and so hardly. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I think that went on for like 2 minutes, and I keep like pushing her, like try to wake her up, and then eventually she woke up, thankfully. And then she was like, she looks at me, she opened her eyes and she looked at me, and she was asking me, why did you wake me up? And I'm like, why do you keep like, is it scratchy? Why do you keep scratching your tummy, and why did you like do that just now? And she just looked at me, and you know what she did? She was like, that's what she did. She rolled her eyes on me and she went back to sleep. So afterwards, nothing happened. It's just like I fell asleep too, knowing that, because I sleep really easily. So I think for the next 5 minutes I fell asleep again. And then in the morning, when we woke up, I asked her like, hey, do you remember, you know, you keep doing that, like why did you do that? Do you know that you actually woke up and you actually rolled your eyes on me when I asked you why did you do that? Because they're hurting yourself. And she was like, what are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? I'm like, Really? Really? You don't know? You don't remember? And she was like, no, I don't remember. But then she told me that no wonder it's like when I woke up, like my mouth area, it is painful. I don't know why. And then also I woke up, like my tummy felt really painful. She showed me and it was like kind of red. So yeah, that happened. And yeah, I mean, she sleeps alone, so probably this happens to her often. It's just like she doesn't know it. Either that or it's the hotel room, maybe. I don't know. But I'm so thankful that nothing else happens afterwards. I don't do sleep in a lot, so that was memorable, definitely. I guess I just want to share with you my paranormal experiences, and I hope that you enjoy it. If you like this video, you can subscribe, you can like, and you can get updates on my next videos. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic week, and cheers to good vibes. Goodbye, babes.